Follow DJ Kawan on Instagram at KawanJ.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. We are live here, live, man. Appreciate you guys tuning to us on KKSJ Kawan J Radio. And that was a cut off of from tonight's guest project that he's digitally re-released. It's called the Art Of Emceeing. He goes by the name of Ahsan The Golden Child. And we're going to be talking about the mixtape culture. We're going to be talking about hip-hop. We're going to be talking about the art of emceeing, man. First and foremost, my brother, thank you for joining us, man, and welcome to the Mixtape Show, family.
Absolutely. I'm trying to just repost this. But yeah, absolutely. Trying to multitask here. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I get it. Trust me, I get it, man. I do the same thing, man. I'm like a octopus over here. I'm like, oh, let me get the camera going. Let me get this going. Let me make sure the stream sound good. So I definitely get it, man.
Absolutely, man.
I'm glad you checked in tonight, man, because tonight's kind of been a dope theme because we had Sweet Tea on the show. And, we was talking about what she's done and where she's going as far as the music. So it's kind of her contribution to hip-hop and the ladies in hip-hop and what's going on now. And you the same, man. Your contribution to the mixtape culture, which is like a sub hip hop culture, back in the gap. I don't know what it seems like, what it's like now, but I know back in the day the mixtapes were a lifeline for a lot of underground artists and stuff like that. And you're doing something very unique, man. You're taking a project that you dropped 25 years ago, I believe it was 25. The Art of Emceeing, and you digitally remastered it and re-released it, man. So first of all, congratulations on that, man, because it's real hard to get that analog thing into a digital, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for people. It's hard for people to hold on to the analog stuff now, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you got to do that, man, is definitely a dope thing, man. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, we we definitely actually did all that stuff from the actual analog cassette, you know. So it's dropped it in on Pro Tools and everything, and did some mastering, and it wasn't like just putting some jacks into the computer and just putting it in there. Nah, my engineer, I was working with Rick over at R&J Studios out in Amboy, New Jersey. Shameless plug. He can't. I hit him off there right there. We worked on getting that thing all nice and making sure everything is because it had the tape did have some this is a term that probably I'm not sure if a lot of digital producers and artists know. That the headroom was a little too much headroom. Had like a little hiss going on.
Yeah.
But back then it was okay. You pop into the car stereo, it was okay. But of course on the quality of the equipment now we have nowadays that we have, you'll hear the you'll hear that space there. So we took care, got rid of some of the hiss, brought some of the bottoms in. It was during the era, and I still love the era of the bottom heavy type stuff. I mean, nothing crazy, but you want to hear the hard drums, you want to hear the thing resonating there. But so we got it digitally remastered. It's happy, and one good thing about it is a lot of people, as much as I know we put that tape out there and sold units. A lot of people, throughout the years, is like, you got that Art of Emceeing. I can't find mine, or I never got a copy, or lost my copy, whatever. So here's a way everyone to get it. And listen, you just download it, put it into your player or whatnot. But the one thing I'm gonna try to work on is trying to get it on the other streaming networks, because some of the instrumentals that we used in there were other people's instrumentals. So we may have some issues, because I know you guys know I'm a superstition, but on Blackmail, Cam Moy, I know he had different names that he used. He's on there, and the version that's on SoundCloud, they wouldn't let his version play because we used one of Biggie's beats for that, but on the we used Bandcamp. I think we might have used Bandcamp for the other one. Audio Mac. On Audio Mac, you could definitely hear it on there. But I'm trying to work on that. Saying it was a promo, this and that. I did hit SoundCloud back. I'm just waiting for some
callback, the callback, right?
Whatever. Let's see what happens. But I definitely want to put it out there for Tidal and everything else too. I mean, because I think it's a great project. I mean, if you listen to it, it's definitely the emceeing is raw on there. It's the art of emceeing. It's definitely emceeing at its rawest form.
Yeah. So when made you, you know, or when did the idea hit you like, man, we need to kind of preserve this and kind of get it back out here again? Was it just kind of like you were listening to it and one day and was just like, oh, let's go and listen to this again and maybe we can see what we can do with this?
I mean, I always had aspirations to try, like, you know, maybe one day, you know, put it up online. A couple people had asked me, but, you know, like you said, it's a process. And I knew it wasn't going to sound good, you know, just taking the audio jack, throwing it into, like, the computer and recording over. I knew that wasn't going to be the answer. Then I said, you know what, maybe I'll wait to the 25th or not. And I think what really made me listen to it, I work with a group called the Weirdos out of Oklahoma City. And they came out to Jersey, I want to say, the summer of 2018 they came out. And when they came out, you know, while we was riding around, we was doing promo and I was taking them around. We shot a video in New York, OKC State of Mind. We was doing a lot of stuff that was in the show. And so I you know, I wanted them to hear the stuff that we did back in the day. And then and one of the things we played with the Art Of Emceeing, and then it's hearing it in the car, you know, and I had it knocking. I'm like, ooh, it just brought back memories. I said, okay, yeah, you know, I'm gonna try to put this back out. So in the back of my mind, I had it as that one of those things that, yo, got to get everything ready because when the 25th anniversary come up, we're gonna drop this. We're gonna drop this thing out.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
Give me a goal.
I was like, it's dope, man. I like I said, I'm just a huge fan of the mixtape code. Like, I don't know if you can see what I got going. Well, we can't see the camera, but like this case right here that I'm holding in my hand is nothing but like old mixtapes I used to get on Jamaica Ave back in the day. Let's see what archive. See, it's just a bunch of
the construction paper. The blues, the reds, the yellows, the different.
You know, that was my legal drugs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? At $5 a pop, you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I got this, you know, recording from the radio joints. You know, I still got the tissue paper in there from '97. Apparently, that's what this is. So,
you have something to play it on? I mean,
I got a Techniques. I got a Techniques thing right here, right in front of me. A Techniques tape player that I can play.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking up. Like I'm trying to grab.
No, you good.
I'm trying to grab one of these things so I could put this out on my social network as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. The mixtape game was definitely. I mean, it exists right now in the form of people doing online mixtapes. You know, like the different things. Like what is that thing called? You know what I'm talking about.
Talking about the website itself,
that
PIF,
and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, no disrespect to that PIF. It escaped my mind for a second.
Nah, you good? You good? So when I say when I do say the Art of Emceeing in that project, the title itself kind of self-explanatory. But when you initially put it together, obviously that was the goal, right? You wanted to display some really dope MCs and just their artistry of it.
Absolutely. So, you know, the conglomerate we call Righteous Mob, right? Me and my man partners, you know, he came up with the idea. We was in a group together back in the day. He was like, in one of his lyrics, he had said something, suckers can't tell me what to do because they're not my superior to weigh down your mind and make the evil worry spontaneous results and blah, blah, blah. He's like a lightning bolt. He said, none of the art of MCing most have false perception, try to use fake tactics and work on deception. So that line, the art of MCing, always stuck with me. And then fast forward from those years, as we put together the Righteous Mob, and he came up with the idea of Righteous Mob, and then, you know, we grew it from there. Like the whole idea of Righteous Mob was supposed to be a conscious effort of everybody with like-minded individuals, no matter what your social background is, as far as like dealing with knowledge and your spirituality. And, you know, we was about building up bridges and tearing down walls and not having, you know, petty differences because of, you know, you might be dealing with Christianity or you might be dealing with Islam, you might be dealing with 5%, you might be dealing with Islam, you might be dealing with comedic science. We wanted to see that, okay, or you might just be, you know, like just real street, but got a real good head on your shoulders. So we wanted to say, okay, Righteous Mob, it was a way of tearing down walls, building up bridges. But I went ahead and said, no, we're going to make this what our production crew is going to be, our crew of MCs and artists. And we kept pushing it. And then And at one point, as we were trying to put out music and press vinyl and do different things and get record, going through the whole thing, and we know that if you get the record deal, you're giving away some of your IP and boom, boom, and I think that's why I struggles with a lot of deals that I was trying to do back then. Was when I was sitting at the table trying to negotiate contracts, I was trying to keep ownership to a lot of stuff because. And we can get back into that, and because I don't mind doing the educational piece. I can tell you some of the things I was trying to get out of the contracts back in the early '90s before all these YouTube videos telling people how they should do it. But it's surprised at how many artists didn't know this type of stuff, and I was a real young kid doing all this. And so anyway, we said, all right, we want to make some money. Me and KL, who were originally in one group together, we did Righteous Mob. I was still part of his group, and I started another group I was in called Sounds of Creation, and we had put out a tape, a street tape at that point. But then, that was just our group, and I had all these MCs down with me. And I said, what can we do to kind of showcase them all? And I said, I'm gonna put together a 90-minute tape, but not like a mixtape. I'm just gonna the artists that I know, I always use the word street tape, and even back then, I used the word street tape, but I'm loosely using the word mixtape, and we put it on there. No other music from no other artists except the people I'm working with, beats and rhymes. That's it. And then we put it out there to raise money for our collective, and it worked. It worked. I mean, it worked so much that we did stuff on the Eastern Seaboard and went down south. We stayed heavy in Philly, Jersey, New York, but then we shared the same office building with Mark Echo, Echo Unlimited Clothing, and they heard the tape. And then actually a brother who still works with me now in endeavors I do, Divine NJ, Brave NJ, he was part of what they were doing with sales and shipping out clothes to all the different stores throughout the country, as far as like California, Nevada, Washington, Midwest, up north. And they started grabbing tapes from us and putting them in the box, or even over the phone, showing the different store owners. And then they wanted tapes. It was crazy because I remember they came over at one point and asked for a few tapes. And they said, okay, we're going to give you $15. They got like 3 tapes. And I said, we're going to give you $15 for that. And then they came back over for some more. And they said, all right, we got to fulfill some orders. We need 10 tapes. And then every day I came to the office, came to work. They were like, yo, we need some more tapes. We need some more tapes. So I'm back and forth Mom's house with all types of double cassette recorders going, like making dubs and stuff, because we didn't have the telex machine where you could dub a whole bunch. So we making dubs. I still go. The other dudes that are part of Righteous Mob at the time, you'll grab that one. The ones that have the Maxwell, grab those. Those have that sound a little better. We'll make copies. We run up to the flea market, grabbing more cassettes, making copies, going over Kinko's, printing more covers, and it's fulfilling these orders. And it was crazy. We had to make an invoice and stuff because they said, "Oh, we need invoices too now." So Echo's like, "Yo, we got to make sure that And then, but they didn't. And the cool thing about it, Echo didn't want no cut.
Yeah.
They didn't want to cut. They sold it to the stores at $5 wholesale, so they could sell it for 10 or 7 or whatever they wanted to do. Or we wanted to give it away with some merchandise. Who cares? But we got the wholesale amount that we wanted. Echo didn't want to cut. They just wanted to help. You know what I'm saying? So people can say what they want to say about anything, but Echo Unlimited did well with us.
Yeah. That's those stories right there, man. Just kind of like the essence of the culture back then, man. How literally you had to grind it out. You know what I'm saying? And just you had to find alternate ways to have your music heard, because we didn't have the social media presence that there is now, where, like you said, literally you can just post a link and 10,000 people can hear that within the next 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know everyone said. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you ask your question.
No, that was that. No, go ahead.
I mean, I know we all say like, if I had social media back in the day, but really, I think because we had got it so good when we used to sell. Even when I did the tape with me and Sharif in Sounds of Creation, we used to go to the malls, had a box, a radio, and we would hit. We just have it and we would hit play, like so we could hear, like boom, like a sampler, and. I guess every person I approached, I wasn't taking no for an answer, but I wasn't acting like that. But in my mind, I'm going to you and I'm selling you a tape. I would see you. I would look at you and say, yo, I'm going to sell him a tape. And it would just be like that. I don't know where the confidence came. I mean, I always had confidence, but I would just go, yo, peace, bro. You like, what? Yo, check out this tape. Me and my people, you hear it. I'm like, yo, so $5, I said, I'll give it to you for the wholesale rate, $5. I know you got 5. I'm like, yeah, I got 5, man. You know,
Yeah.
So it was like I wasn't taking no for an answer, but I wasn't a sleazy car salesman, used car salesman.
Yeah.
Put you in some lemon. Nah.
No. So what's the responses you've been hearing, man? I know you said you touched early on people kind of either you forgot about the impact of the mixtape, but what have you been hearing from like some new people who are tapping into
it's
it?
great, man. Even the artist that's on it, man. Like, yo, so it's funny, man, because you feel like, yo, you almost want to do it again,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that, like, there's a lot of work that went into it. Especially when you're dealing with a whole lot of different people and personalities
Mm-hmm.
and deadlines and when you want this thing to drop. But do I want to do that again? I mean, part of me think, yeah, I would do it again. It was fun putting that together. I mean, it was many years ago, and the younger me had fun. But I think me now would definitely, I would definitely do it again. But it's just like the energy now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if I work with the same artists that were on there, I think most of them, I think it was a good handful of them would definitely come with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the energy of some of these newer artists, and this is no disrespect, I just don't know. Was it like you just said? It was a different type of hunger back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that to understand. I don't understand the social media and the computer revolution, but we was part of that evolution of computers. It was us trying to get to that point. What computers? I was studying computer science before people, before a home computer was even a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Commodore days, Apple days, even so. I definitely knew this was coming. I knew this was definitely coming. I was on bulletin boards before there was an AOL. When AOL was the one thing going, and CompuServe.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that era, and I knew the potential that everything in the world would have once this computer stuff took over. I'm not. That's probably. I think that's a foreshadow right there. This computer stuff started becoming popular right there. But I'm thinking like a lot of artists now. I'm like, because I guess it's the entitlement and I think everything's so fast, light and speed, and the self gratification that people get from just getting stuff instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, right before we came on, when you went down to school, just in order for you to get the newest mixtape, somebody up here had to get that tape. Because let's say that DJ you like wasn't not popping down there, but let's just say he didn't have an avenue to get it down there yet.
Mm-hmm.
You had to wait for someone to mail it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the anticipation, like we get Amazon on a Sunday. You get UPS, FedEx on a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Remember before, you don't get no mail on Sunday.
Nah.
You lucky if the Saturday mail was coming, right? So if me and you were boys back then, I said, yo, I got the new tape, blah, blah, blah. You like, yo, put it in the mail. And if you was on my back to get it in the mail by like Tuesday, Wednesday, because you knew it was going to take 2 or 3 days to get Texas, I'm calling you on Friday. Yo, I didn't put it in the mail. You mad because you know it's going to take all weekend to get there. You're like, oh, man, you ain't put it into Friday?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, now we getting Amazon. So everything, not only at one point we getting everything on social media, Napstar and all that type of stuff with music and everything so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's even like you said, even now with Amazon and all this stuff, it's coming so quick. So the fans are getting it quick. You're making music quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the comic book industry at one point where, certain comic books from the silver and the gold ages are rare because they only print up so many copies because they didn't know that many people were going to like it. So, they only printed maybe 30,000 issues of the Fantastic Four, and it's, is a rare circulation. So music was the same way. And then, but now it's so easy to get it, whether it's mailed to you or whatever. I kind of like in the same genres, almost the same way. And that rareness and that value sometimes is lost. And then I'm thinking now with the artistry and the fact that how it's so easy to do a lot. I mean, it's not easy in the sense that, and I'm not going to say anyone can do it. Yeah, anyone could grab a bunch of sample chops and put it together and make a beat, but is it going to resonate? You know what I'm saying? That's when you talk about a classic song. Is it going to resonate? Some songs, you forget about, but some songs stay in your head. Like, you could still go on a party and hear La Di Da Di, and you're going to rock, right? And there's some songs out right now. Like, let's take, Drake's first song he dropped. What was that called? You the One, whatever the title was. To me, that's always going to hit hard. But how many of those records could you say happens nowadays? Because we're rushing to put this stuff out to the public, that I sometimes don't think it didn't get enough time to cook in the oven, because the demand wants that. If you're an artist and or a musician, you got to keep music out, because demand is becoming so demanding that as any company has to fulfill the demand, or if you don't fulfill the demand, your company and your brand becomes obsolete. So it's almost like, chicken before the egg. So, we between fans and artistry, we got into this whole thing, and us as DJs and stuff like that, we're trying to grab as much stuff as we can. Not even enough time sometimes to even listen and digest it, so we could, put our dope mixes together and, and savor a song. Like by the time you get a song, you like rocking, and here come 5-10 more.
Yeah. It's hard to break a record these days. It's hard to really get behind and champion for a record, because, like you say, 3 weeks from now, they're like, okay, what's next? Not even 3 weeks now. It's like a week. Yeah. What's the next one? I'm tired of hearing this one. So it's definitely so how does one like yourself take a project like this, where you're bringing back the golden era, of teaching people with the art of emceeing into these times to make people want that? It's just more of like kind of a, for you, do you view this as more of a lifetime achievement type of approach, or is it more of, we really want to put people on what we did back in the day, and we want to show them what the art of emceeing is?
So yeah, I think it's dual. Like I felt as I didn't, and I can say I'm my own self. I got it. I'm the problem to problem to some of my things that didn't happen. I'm not going to use the word failures. I'm going to say some things that wasn't achieved. And I'm like this. Listen, you're not under the ground, so you can always. Why can't I release something that was out before? They do it all the time with toys, movies, and all types of stuff, right? So yeah, one is like, let me let the world know what I was doing, just because there's some good material, and plus there's a lot of people who now, even with reunions and not family reunions, school reunions and stuff like that. There's people that you bump into from back in the day that didn't get a chance to hear and see some of the stuff you do, and I'm like, this is a good way to let them know what I was doing at that point, instead of talking about it, listen to it. And so yeah, so it's both, and then the whole thing. I think the whole art of emceeing, that skill level has been lost. Like, yeah, people could rap, people could rhyme, but are they emceeing? When I'm talking about emceeing, I'm talking about the whole combination of using your voice, the cadence in your voice, because it's an instrument itself, the way you put words together, the way you use metaphors, the way you use vocabulary, the way you use your diction, the way you use patterns, and all types of stuff like that. It's been lost, and it's an art form. Like any other art form out there, you have some people that could paint, and some people could just make masterpieces. And I want to show, and the part of hip hop that I love, even though I did it all, graffiti, breakdance, emceeing, and DJing myself. But the part that I like, and I don't call myself one, but the part that gets me, that always got me this my head nodding, is the emceeing. Besides making beats, that's what I do, make beats. But it's just like, to hear somebody rock over something, don't care what it is, and you can feel what they're saying, and you can rewind it and hear it again. Something about that, and I think it's lost. And if I could, make a contribution to our art form, to our culture, and let the, the younger heads now who love it see where it came from, then why not? Let's keep the culture rocking and keep some things known. So yeah, it's both. And then like to the other part of your question, how do you push a project like that? Great question, because that's one thing we're constantly working on. Like, how do we keep pushing this? We're doing one avenue, but it's funny because it's a unique product. It's not the same thing that's out there. It's a whole body of work, and it was a tape. Now it's a digital format. Mixtapes are not like they were before. So how do you move that? And I think that's a challenge. And my background is marketing. What I'm saying, I do it for all these years in corporate America for healthcare, and the healthcare industry. How do I do it for the industry I love and get this out here? So it's a challenge. It's almost like going back to the challenges we had back then with now the modern tools. We had tools back then, but now we have more tools now. And see that tool of the social media is not making it much easier just because I can push a button and a bunch of people get it. We still got to grind the same way. And that's what I'm learning. And I'm hoping from that I could discover a way that, all right, anything you put out, everything is not all is one size fits all.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's different marketing techniques you're gonna have to take to do different things, and I'm discovering that even trying to bring this back out.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Well, it's definitely a fun project, man. I listened to it back and forward for the tonight, and it's just it brings me back to my college room, sitting in my college room with my Walkman on. You know what I'm saying? Just nod my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you nod your head on this.
Yeah, definitely. And outside of this, I know you said you was maybe thinking about kind of doing some new material with the fellas. What about anything outside of that? You working on anything production wise with anybody right now?
So the Weirdos, we was working on projects together. I know we had a project that we wanted to work on, but then COVID happened. I don't want to say the name of it because I want to keep it under wraps. Yeah. I was just talking to B-Mez. He and I supposed to kick it. Maybe B-Mez and Sprees. I got to see what we're going to do with this one project. My man, Elo Kush, he and I have been overdue to work on something. Like he's part of he came from the Righteous Mob camp. He's like, when you say Righteous Mob, Elo Kush, Jabatan, all of them angels, all them Science of Life, it all came, this Righteous Mob. And so we got, I know Elo and I need to get together and do something, because I think that's going to be a crazy thing. And I want to start working with a lot of artists, because I love the thing. It's all about the love for me. So I want to work with a lot of artists I just like, you know what I'm saying? And I spoke to a lot of different people throughout the years, and, you just got to just do it and start talking about it and just say, hey, check out this track. What do you think this sounds like? I mean, and I think the best route right now is probably do singles instead of waiting to try to do a whole EP or album. Just get a single out there and see how people feeling it, and see if we got something here. I did, and here's a perfect example. I work with my boy, and with his label and his brother, P Novocaine. They're on Raw. They got a label called Raw Inc. And I've always been involved. Actually, he just dropped. This is P Novocaine's birthday. I'm not gonna say happy belated because he already knew I gave my HBDs to him before, but I say happy birthday again to him. He just dropped the EP again. I did the cover. I did the design on the cover, and that just dropped like maybe a week or two ago. But he and I did several mixtapes over the years. Just he and I, and then his people that was part of his group called the Burners. But another thing that we had did, we were lucky enough, I'm not gonna say early in the career, but like that, the height of Nipsey Hussle when he was here, we happened to record a record with him.
Nice.
On the mixtape we did, Home Sour Home. No, it might have been, no. Home Sour Home. Yeah, Home Sour Home 1. And we put the record on there on the mixtape. And the good thing about it, and actually we called it a Raw Street Journal. The Raw Street Journal. And Nipsey is good people, man, because I mean, even when the Connect happened and we reached out, instead of just getting the verse, he gave a verse, hook, and like a part of a bridge, and we had to, we moved some things around so it could work with the song. But it was dope. And then since I was putting the mixtape together for the for P Novocaine, I had some new Novocaine material, and then Nipsey sent us a bunch of stuff that he didn't give to no other DJs at the time. So I had he sent us like 11 joints, 12 joints, but I had 6 of them no one ever heard, or maybe 5 or 6 of them no one heard. So we quickly put this. So we made it a joint mixtape, and then the joint was the joint was hot, man. And there was a song on there, saying that we did with him, and we never released it officially as his own record. So we're gonna do that now.
Nice.
The song's already done. The song's already done. We did it with Nipsey, and we only had it out on the mixtape. And unfortunately, when he had passed away, we already had the mixtape cover and mixtape out there of the Wall Street Journal featuring him. And I guess when people were doing Google searching his name, how every time someone passed away and everyone was doing Google search, all of a sudden people started seeing this mixtape we had, and the numbers went up crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Actually, recently I looked at it, I'm like, hold up, when did those numbers jump again? So it's crazy how that stuff happens. So, I said to Ant, that's we call him Man, he runs Raw Inc., and I spoke to Nova. I said, we should put that record out. It's called No Cosign. So I'm gonna get that record to you too.
Nice.
That we're gonna put that record back out. Even though years old, but it's still hot. Ooh, it's fire.
Yeah, dope.
So, yeah.
Dope, man. Well, I tell everybody this, man, and the listeners hear this every week, but I always got to give the spill, man. Once you're on this show, we consider you family. We consider you alumni. We call you Mixtape Show Boom Bap alumni. So anytime you got anything cracking, any new records or anything you want to talk about, the door's always open. You know, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of on social media. You can just inbox me and say, hey, man, we got this new record. Let's talk about it. And I'll get you scheduled as soon as possible. And we'll talk about it, man. We want this to be your home. So anything you guys are dropping, man, send it this way and let's work, man. This is the artist platform. I just kind of push the buttons for them. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Dope, man. So what's go ahead, because I was gonna ask something else. But
no. You say go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how can we follow you, man? What's some of the best ways to keep up with the camp? And all
right
that
now,
stuff?
Yeah, and we're trying to get that. Like, I help other people with their social media marketing. Mine is a damn mess. Ain't that a motherfucker? So, the best way to get me is Ahsan The Golden Child. That's AHSAN The Golden Child. So AHSAN The Golden Child. That's my main account. I don't post as regularly as I should, but when I post, there's some stuff you need to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. My Twitter page, something funky happened with that, and Twitter, like, they didn't know, it got hacked, and then I was able to get my name back, but I lost all people I was following, man, with some interesting people, and then I had all these organic followers I had throughout the years. All that was gone, and but I got a hold of the account again. I'm on the Blueprint Radio every Friday, 10 to midnight. Radio. I have the longest running hip hop radio show in New Jersey on 88.7 WRSU FM. So you can catch me there. Again, now Instagram won't allow us to post anything on our Blueprint Instagram page, so we had to open up another one. It's BP Radio FM. But yeah, mainly Ahsan The Golden Child, and then on Facebook is Ahsan The Golden. And that's the best way to see things I'm doing, because I try to make sure on that one page, all my little spin-offs, I try to repost the stuff on there as much as I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get better with it.
It's a process, man. Trust me, it's a process. I think I just got in pocket as far as how to do all that stuff, man. Because I'm so used to just doing the show and posting, like, after I'm done with it, I upload it so people can listen to it. And my wife was like, people not gonna know how to find it if you don't post about it. I was like, that is true. My bad.
You can't just be hiding in let nobody know about what I'm doing. They ain't talking about it. Like, how they supposed to do it?
They supposed to know what I'm doing, man. Hip hop.
Supposed to know. Yeah, exactly. I was doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. Y'all be knowing about it.
Exactly.
How'd you find out about that?
Absolutely, man.
I didn't post nothing about that.
Absolutely,
everybody talking.
Dope, man. So you still up north right now? You still living on the East Coast?
Oh yeah, we still live in this crazy weather. Yeah, okay. Jersey.
Dope,
New
man. I'm always coming home, man. Like I said, I was just out there a while ago, and I plan on coming back here the next couple months, man. So whenever I do, I definitely want to connect. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to do a lot of I'm cool with this over the phone during the show, but I like to do a lot of face to face with people when I do interviews too. So definitely we can link up and connect, and if you got the team around, we can get them some interviews and stuff like that, and we can build.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean? Dope, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play a couple joints off this project. It's definitely a dope mixtape. How can we find that, man? What's the best way we can get a hold of that if we want to download it?
Actually, you go to my my Instagram. I have the link in the bio, so it's on my link tree. Mm-hmm. But Audio Mac has the full thing. So right now, I mean, I love to push the SoundCloud one, but you don't get to hear Superstition, Blackmail, because matter of fact, let me just check it right here, the SoundCloud link. Let's see if it even got approved. But if you go to Audio Mac and type in Ahsan The Golden Child, that mixtape comes up, and or go to the Linktree link that's in my bio and on Instagram, and that's the way you can get it now. Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you what I'll do too on our end to help push that, man. We got our website, the Kawan J Media website. I'll grab that link and do a quick little write up too, and share that with everybody, and put it on the website too, so we can do that.
Okay. Yeah. So on my link on the Linktree thing, the top link gets you right.
There you go.
It's right there to audio. Yeah, right there, the audio man.
Right there. Nice.
But yeah, if you could do that, definitely. Are you gonna put this show out on demand? Is it gonna be another way to get this show after the fact?
Yeah, I usually I'll isolate this interview separate and throw that up on our YouTube, and then the actual entire show we have a Mixcloud page where we put the whole show up there. So with the music and everything like that. So I'll shoot you the links. Don't worry about that. I got you.
All right, so we can help propagate that as well.
Yeah, I'll shoot you all the links, and then if you need a copy of anything, just let me know. I'll send you copies of the interview and all that. If
Absolutely.
You need that. Dope, man. Well, hey man, who you want to shout out, man, before we get up out of here?
Shout out all the fans that support and everyone who's supporting the joint. You know what I'm saying? Definitely all the MCs that made that project what it is. You know, and all the artists that helped. Because on my page, some of the artists did some reflections on how it was to make the tape back then. So they're on my social media page. I put together like a nice little visual, and got some of the different artists talking about this Art of Emceeing and how it was back then. And so I really appreciate that. Oh, matter of fact, John Robinson, he said some words on it. I did Science of Life, Kush, Shot Baton, a lot of they came through, gave me nice little shouts. So I want to definitely say shout out to them and everything like that.
When you were putting that together, did you know you had lightning in the bottle when you originally was put this project together?
I knew we had what?
Did you already know when you originally was putting this together? Did you know you had lightning in the bottle as far as what you were doing?
Yeah, because I mean, not to be listen. I attract the MCs, no doubt. Like all my life, that's what I'm so hip hop and this soul. I love lyrics so much. I said, I guess you attract what you like or what you do, and it just seemed like even to this day, like. People, when I hear people say, "Oh, you gotta check out my cousin" or something like that, it's always somebody that's dope as hell. Like, I mean, I get the people who are just mediocre. I mean, we all do, but for some reason, no matter what, now that the space got bigger because of social media, I still try. Just the other day, I'm on Instagram and some dude came up I never heard in my life, and I'm like, I hit play. I hope it wasn't gonna sound crazy. And I'm like, this dude's nice. I hit him up. Like, so give me that record. Yeah, I want to play that. I want to play that this week. Give me that record. For some reason, I mean, I didn't know it was gonna be light in the bottle like that, but I knew we had the MCs. I tell you that because I was listen. I sound like they said. I sound like the Ruckus. I'll bring my team to battle anybody, man. Yeah, I had nothing. So the MCs that were down with me, I could say that. Because now I could look back at the moment we was running in it, but now I could look back and say, yo, even with the body of work that a lot of people put out, the people that we were rolling with, because even stuff that's on Art of Emceeing tape is like, I was with these dudes all the time. Also, all her was freestyle in the basement, making stuff. Like we got music on top of music and there's sessions on top of sessions. So I'm like, I know how man.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna shoot you some records, man. I got my partner. He working on his album. I got this hat on. It says Boom Bap Beats and Bar Work. That's my man T-Rex. He got a project he working on. I'm gonna send you a couple of his cuts from the album, man, and let me know what you think about that. And but let's connect, man. Let's share resources, and the airwaves are open for you, and we got you over here, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Dope, man. All right, man. I'm gonna play a couple joints off the mixtape, man. And like I said, brother, the door's always open. Come on back. Let's do this again. And it's a good conversation, man. I love talking about the culture, man. And you definitely are one of the thoroughbreds in hip hop, man. So thank you, brother, for everything you do, man.
All right, then.
All right, man. Let's get to one of these joints, and we'll be right back. This is the show, baby. Let's go.
Yo, I bought the force endorsed hip-hop chords for the rap lords. Whack frauds, God body source, so rest assured I lay the laws. Frauds, my chords get torn gone. Lyric harpoon wounds, your whack tune, sonic boom. Find it soon, presume, master Islam. I be the bomb, God style napalm. Flames on, I'm running games on, maintain strong. Your testimony couldn't hold me, kept my prophecy holy. To drop facts upon your matrimony. No ceremony, clap onlys who think they know me. Block your army like Goldie. Suited, the nappy Jew it, knew it. I'll pursue it, conquer it, flow through it like streams of fluid. Attic gets polluted, from Buddha says, rooted, saluted. Wear earplugs, never fear thugs, and keep the snug. The lyrical, my lyrics destroy evil like Chud. Yo, what's up? Little to the side.
Little side, verbally fly, no discuss. Little side, yo, little side we trust. Little side, verbally fly. Yo, check it like this. Hey, yo, you know this business, I had it. They filling up this industry with whackness, grabbing the apparatus, talking who styles the fattest. Sadness, everybody sounding the same, playing the same game. Some even got the same name. Yo, it's a shame how many run up in this with a gimmick. I play them like a scrimmage, you watch the crew leave timid. Another sound boy burial as we speak. Kids claiming MC only been rhyming for 2 weeks. They give me the creeps. Mad heads acting like they rappers. Rap backs, minus the rap, I call them actors. They be acting like they rappers, what they do. And then they sip a brew and start to babble about their crew. Yo, Ross son, yo, you know the style, Willoughby. Coming back on a killing spree. Liquidy.
Willoughby on a killing spree. Yo, check it out. Yo. Inspector Willoughby's locked inside of the most distorted part of the future with a subcontractor skeletal frame, and we're beckoning amongst the freakazoids now before I start. Could I get a unified Will Bundy? I'm easy on Sunday morning, we get wide open just like on Monday with Casolic fusion. Gamma quadrant of a sector 4, a trillion carbonic alloy to blaze your shadow with electric cowboys. Clutching the boss like a confused alien twisted like Oliver. Right up in your system and infect your fucking body with cholera. Hobgoblin and rap style, ogre killer got styles like Kabuki. Reading the ninja scroll while you blow rings of smoke just like Godzuki. National lampoons like Clark W. Griswold, balls technically nailed to the cross. Betrayed by one of my 12 disciples.